Hey everyone, we're here today to finish our review of the Nectar Mattress. So we've got a lot of good information to share with you today after our sleep trial. And first of all, we'll go ahead and get started on the construction of the Nectar. So the top cover uses a long staple cotton and tencel linen, which is going to be a fabric that is more breathable and allows better airflow, so it's going to aid in cooling. And then underneath that, they have a quilted layer of gel-infused memory foam on the top. So that's going to add a little extra cushioning on the top as well as body conformance. And then these squares, how they have them quilted in, also helps with motion isolation. So you're going to have even better motion reduction properties beyond it just being a foam mattress. So on the next layer, they've got what's called Lush Foam, which is just a higher end gel-infused memory foam, and it's got a true memory foam feel. A little slower reaction time, but generally that means it's a higher, better density memory foam. And then underneath that, they have a transitional layer, what's called an adaptive high core memory foam. And then underneath that is a 2.2 ILD foam core. And when you compare that with a lot of the industry standards out there, a lot of brands will use a 1.8 ILD, which is not as dense. So the 2.2 ILD, what that's going to do is hold up for a longer period of time, and also it's going to work better if you're a heavier person. You're not going to have any issues on the Nectar with bottoming out. And the total height of the mattress is 11 inches. So a couple other things we'll note before we get into how the mattress performed that's unique with Nectar is they have a 365 night trial. So yeah, a whole year you get to try the mattress out. If you don't like it, you can get a 100% refund, and then most likely they'll just donate the mattress locally. Also, they have a forever warranty. So I didn't fully read the warranty, but I looked into it a little bit. The first 5 years is 100% replacement. After 5 years, it's either repaired or replaced with a $50 charge unless they waive the fee, which they would waive if there's a manufacturing defect. And so, I mean, a lifetime, if it has a manufacturing defect, breaks down where, beyond what it should, for normal wear and tear, they will repair or replace your Nectar mattress. So all sizes are available. Queens come in at $795 and kings come in at $900, and they offer various coupons as well, which we will post at mattressinsiders.com when they are available. So we'll go ahead now and get started on how the mattress performed for us. So I would describe the feel of this about a 6 to 7.5 out of 10, with 10 being the firmest. And that spread is there because it's going to depend on how much you weigh. So it's a medium firm. It's on the firmer side of medium, I would say. As you first lay on it, it feels relatively firm, but then the memory foam starts to react where you sink in a little bit, and then it conforms very nicely to your body after you're laying down for a little bit. And that feel is similar to a feel you'd get on a higher end Tempur-Pedic mattress, where they have very dense memory foam like what is in the Nectar. So it takes a little bit longer for it to conform. And in my opinion, unless you're somebody that just loves a super soft mattress, I think it's good to start a little bit firmer, because over time the mattresses are going to break in, and if you start real soft, it might end up being too soft after it's broken in. And then part of that firmness comes from, nice high quality memory foam, and then the very firm foam core underneath. So next we'll talk about, in our sleep trial, we try to hit all 3 sleeping positions. And this works very, very good for back and stomach sleeping. Side sleeping as well. It's a little bit firmer than a handful of the bed in the box options online. So right when you lay down, like I said, on your side even, it feels relatively firm But then as I sit here, where my hip and my shoulders pushing into the mattress, after you lay here for 10 seconds or so, it conforms to the curves of your body, and then it has good pressure relief as well. So it really does work good in all three sleeping positions. Potentially, if you are side sleeper 100% of the time, you might want something that's just a tad softer, but I think this works good for me. And like I said, once you sink into that memory foam and then that high core layer, it conforms very nicely. So as far as sleeping positions go, if you're like me and you like to switch it up throughout the night, the Nectar will perform great for you. We'll talk a little bit about weights in sleeping positions. So if you are a lighter person, under 150 pounds, and you only sleep on your side 100% of the time, you might want to look for something that's a little softer. If you're 150 pounds or more, you are probably going to be heavy enough, even if you are a side sleeper only, to where you're going to be able to push into that those comfort layers a little bit easier than somebody who's lighter. The lighter you are on any mattress, the firmer it's going to feel as well. So just keep that in mind. This starts a little bit firm, but in my opinion, like I stated before, in my store at least, I prefer to sell things that start a little bit firmer and break in over time versus something that's very soft that might develop body impressions easier. So that's just something to consider while you're searching. Alright guys, now we'll talk about the responsiveness of the foams. So like I showed you earlier, it is a pretty high quality density, high density memory foam. So the response time's a little bit slower than if you were to compare that to, say, a latex mattress. But if I get on here, I'll let it sink in for a second, and then go to adjust positions, it pops up a little bit slower behind me. But unless you're somebody that has extreme trouble getting out of bed or into bed, you're not going to have issues with rolling over or anything like that, changing positions. But typically memory foam is a little slower response time than, like I said, if you had latex on the top or a polyfoam on the top. So we'll look at the motion isolation on here as well. We'll put my bottle on here. So as you can see, as I move around, flip and flap, you're going to have good motion isolation, which is pretty standard with a foam mattress. Now I'll drop that weight again to give you guys a sense of the bounce. And being a memory foam mattress, it's going to have more of a thud than a springy latex would have. So there's a little bit there, but like I said, if it was latex or like a hybrid, it's going to have more of that bounce. Now speaking to that, as you do lay on here and sink in, it gives you more body hug, like memory foam traditionally does compared to latex. With that said, I'm still not getting like a bad stuck feeling or anything, and having the quilt layer on there helps with that as well, to not get as much of a stuck feeling as you sometimes can on a memory foam mattress. Alright, we'll switch gears a little bit here. We're going to look at the edge support on the Nectar. Like I was telling you earlier, the very high density foam core is going to ensure that this has pretty good edge support for a foam mattress. So the fabric's sticking out a little bit, and then those top comfort layers sink in, obviously where my legs are, and then when you hit that foam core, it's very supportive. So you won't have any issues bottoming out this mattress to the box spring, I don't think, with most weights out there. So with edge support, it's good to not bottom out when you're sitting on it if you like to put on your clothes or your socks or anything. What's more important to me is when I'm sleeping on the edge of the bed. If you are a couple and a queen, obviously you don't have as much space, so you're going to be sleeping closer to the side. And then what you want to look for is to not feel like you're getting ejected out of the mattress. And I can lay directly on the edge of this, and I'm not getting a ejected feeling at all, and that's going to be due in part to the high quality foam core they have in this mattress. So it's going to perform well if you are sleeping towards the sides, and obviously on a king you're going to have more space, so it's not going to be as important, but on anything under a king, if there's two of you, or if you're alone in a twin, obviously it's going to ensure that you get the entire sleep surface to use for sleeping without feeling like you're going to roll out of the bed. So next, we'll just talk briefly about temperature. So sometimes the complaint with memory foam mattresses is that they sleep warm. This uses a gel-infused memory foam. It's an open cell foam that sleeps a lot cooler than the old school traditional memory foam. And then they have that gel quilted into the top as well. We didn't have any issues overheating on this mattress at all. I don't typically sleep extremely hot, but if you sleep extremely hot all the time, I don't think there's really a mattress on the market that's going to magically make you cold. I mean, they're not plugged in and air conditioned or anything, but the Nectar performed well for us as far as temperature goes. We didn't have any nights where we were excessively hot. So my final thoughts on the Nectar mattress is that it is a fantastic value. When you look at the construction of it, the materials that are inside of it, how it performs and how it feels, I think it's a fantastic value for $7.95 for a queen. Then they have coupons that periodically you're going to be able to apply to that as well. Look at our website for that. We'll post those whenever they're available. The closest thing I can really explain is that this has a very close feeling to what a Tempur-Pedic mattress would have, with how the memory foam feels, how dense the foam core is, how it performs overall. It's very close in line, in my personal opinion, with a Tempur-Pedic mattress, but obviously for a fraction of that cost. So overall, I think the mattress will perform great for any of you out there that sleep in all three sleeping positions. As I noted before, if you are a lightweight person, 150, 140 pounds or lighter, and only sleep on your side, it might be a little bit firm for you. But if you are 150 pounds or more, side-only sleeper, you shouldn't have a problem because you'll be heavy enough where you'll push into that gel memory foam easier than somebody that's lighter. But if you're like me and you switch it up all three sleeping positions throughout the night, the Nectar will perform great for you. It performs exceptionally well for back and stomach sleepers, with being a medium to medium firm feel. It performs great in those positions. So some final thoughts. If you are somebody that's in the market for a gel-infused memory foam mattress, this is a fantastic option for you to look deeper into. When you consider the quality of the materials versus the price, there's a lot of mattress here for the money, and you need to be somebody that likes the memory foam feel. If you like a springy latex feel or a traditional inner spring feel, you might not like the more memory foam feel that the Nectar provides. But if you're somebody that knows you like that feel, you've slept on a Tempur-Pedic or tried a Tempur-Pedic, this is going to match closely to how those feel as well. So overall, I think it's a solid mattress for the price, and then their trial period and warranty are fantastic. Guys, I hope this mattress review was a huge help. If you have any questions at all, drop me a message below. I'll be happy to answer any questions.